Most car batteries don't die because they're old. They die because drivers slowly destroy them every single day without realizing it. And now comes the part that should really grab your attention. In Japan, it's not unusual for factory-original car batteries to last 8, 10, sometimes even 12 years. In the United States, most drivers feel lucky if a battery survives more than 3 years, and many don't even get that far. And no, this isn't about better brands or some magical battery technology. Very often, it's the same chemistry, installed in very similar vehicles. So what's the real difference? It's not luck, it's not a miracle, and it's definitely not something battery manufacturers like to talk about. There is one simple, almost obvious habit that Japanese drivers and mechanics follow, and by itself it can double or even triple a battery's lifespan. By the end of this video, you'll understand why modern batteries fail so early, what the real hidden enemy is that's draining your battery right now, and what this Japanese habit is that keeps batteries alive for over a decade. Stay until the end, because after this, you'll never look at your car battery the same way again. Number 1. The modern battery myth. Let's start with the biggest lie in the automotive world, the idea that batteries just don't last like they used to. At first glance, it sounds logical. Modern cars are packed with electronics, sensors, control modules, and constant electrical loads. But here's the problem, that explanation doesn't hold up. Today's batteries are objectively better than ever. More efficient plates, tighter manufacturing tolerances, better quality control. And yet, average lifespan keeps dropping. So what's really going on? The answer is uncomfortable. The problem isn't the battery, it's how it's used. And that becomes obvious when you compare driving habits in the US and in Japan. Number 2. The Japanese data that sounds unreal. Fleet maintenance records and service data from Japan show something that sounds almost impossible to many American drivers. Factory-original batteries staying in service for 8, 9, even 10 years, without external chargers, without jump starts, without random electrical failures. Taxi fleets in cities like Tokyo document vehicles with over 180,000 miles still running the original battery. Meanwhile, in the US, it's common for a battery to fail suddenly, especially in winter, after just 2 or 3 years. The reason is simple. In Japan, the battery is treated as part of a system. In the US, it's treated as a disposable item. Number 3. What actually kills a car battery? Most people think batteries die because of cold weather, old age, or bad luck. Technically, that's wrong. Lead-acid batteries usually die because of sulfation. In simple terms, every time you start your car, the battery discharges and lead sulfate forms on the plates. When the alternator fully recharges the battery, that sulfate is reversed. That's normal. The problem starts when the battery never reaches a full charge. In that case, the sulfate hardens and becomes permanent. Capacity drops, cranking power falls, and battery life collapses. And here's the critical point. Most car batteries in the United States are almost never fully recharged. Number 4. The real enemy, short trips. This is where habits make all the difference. Short trips are poison for batteries. A cold start pulls a massive amount of energy from the battery. If the car is only driven for 5 or 10 minutes in city traffic, the alternator simply doesn't have enough time to put that energy back. When this happens day after day, the battery lives in a constant state of partial charge. That's not normal wear, that's a slow death sentence. And in Japan, this type of usage is consciously avoided. Number 5. Why Japanese drivers think differently. In Japan, a car is treated like a precision machine, not a disposable appliance. Driving habits include fewer cold starts throughout the day, longer and more continuous trips, less use of accessories with the engine off, and minimal unnecessary idling. But the most important point is that battery charge state is managed, even if drivers don't consciously think about it. And that brings us to the core habit. Number 6. The Japanese habit that preserves batteries. Here's the key. Japanese drivers intentionally make sure the battery goes through full recharge cycles. Not by accident, and not once in a while. At least once every 1 or 2 weeks, the battery is brought close to 100% charge through continuous driving, steady engine speed, and no interruptions. This single habit prevents sulfation from becoming permanent. And the interesting part is that it doesn't require a charger, a scan tool, or any special equipment. Just something most American drivers almost never do. Number 7. Why the alternator isn't enough by itself. Many people believe the alternator handles everything. That's only half true. Alternators are designed to maintain charge, not to fully recover a battery that lives in a discharged state. In modern vehicles, the charging system is controlled by the ECU, which often limits charging to improve fuel economy. If the system decides the battery is good enough, it reduces charging current. The result is gradual sulfation, capacity loss, and sudden failure. In Japan, this is taken into account. In the US, it's usually ignored. Number 8. How start-stop systems make it worse. If your car has a start-stop system, the situation is even more critical. That system repeatedly discharges the battery and demands rapid recovery, without full recharge cycles, where accelerates dramatically. That's why many start-stop vehicles burn through expensive AGM batteries in 2 or 3 years. Japanese drivers compensate with usage habits. Most American drivers don't. Number 9. The cultural behavior that saves batteries. In Japan, it's common to plan trips, combine errands into one drive, avoid unnecessary starts, and drive long enough for all vehicle systems to stabilize. They don't call this battery maintenance. To them, it's just proper driving. The result is batteries operating at high state of charge, healthy plates, and minimal sulfation. When this doesn't happen, the battery lives at 70 to 80% charge. At that level, sulfate crystals become permanent, internal resistance rises, and voltage drops under load. One cold morning, the car won't start. The failure seems sudden, but the death was slow. Number 10. Why many battery tests are misleading. Another major issue is superficial testing. Many testers only measure resting voltage or apply a quick load. A sulfated battery can show 12.6 volts and still fail the first heavy crank. In Japan, the focus is on real state of charge and actual capacity, not just voltage. If you want a battery to last over 10 years, you have to stop thinking it's fine until the day it dies and start thinking about restoring it regularly. That's the real secret behind Japanese battery longevity. Number 11. The hidden failure of the intelligent battery sensor, the IBS. You've probably never paid attention to the small black module attached to the negative battery terminal, but that piece is the intelligent battery sensor, known as the IBS. And it may be the real reason your battery keeps dying over and over again. Modern vehicles use this sensor to monitor voltage, temperature, and charging current so the control modules can manage energy efficiently. The problem starts when the sensor fails or begins sending inaccurate data. When that happens, the system believes the battery is fully charged, even as it's actually getting weaker every day. The result follows a familiar pattern. You wake up, the car won't start, you assume the battery is dead, replace it with a new one, and a few months later the same thing happens again. Repair shops see this constantly. Perfectly good batteries being replaced repeatedly because of a relatively inexpensive sensor no one checks. A faulty IBS can also cause slow cranking, erratic charging behavior, or persistent battery discharge warnings on the dashboard. The fix is often simple. Inspect the wiring harness and connector, especially for corrosion near the negative cable. In some cases, temporarily disconnecting the sensor to see if the problem disappears or scanning the system with a diagnostic tool reveals the issue immediately. In vehicles with start-stop or smart charging systems, this sensor is critical. Ignoring it means continuing to get stranded, no matter how new or expensive the battery is. Number 12. Poor grounds or compromised ground cables. You can install the strongest battery on the market, but if the vehicle's grounds are bad, it's like trying to power the electrical system with AA batteries. Every electrical circuit needs a complete path. Power leaves the battery through the positive terminal and returns through the negative, traveling through the engine block and the chassis. That return path is handled by ground cables, usually thick braided straps bolted to the engine and the body. When these cables loosen, corrode, or break internally, current can't flow properly. The symptoms show up as weak starts, flickering lights, or absolute silence when you turn the key. The dangerous part is that bad grounds often look fine. The insulation can hide internal damage, or corrosion can form between the metal surface and the mounting point. It's extremely common for vehicles to arrive on a tow truck diagnosed as a dead battery when the real fix was cleaning a contact and tightening a bolt. One loose ground point can cost a driver hundreds of dollars. To check, follow the negative battery cable to where it attaches to the chassis or engine. It must be tight and bolted to bare, clean metal with no paint or rust. Then inspect the smaller ground straps between the engine and the body. If they're green, brittle, or frayed, replacement is mandatory. Bad grounds don't just prevent starting. They can damage sensors, cause random warning lights, and even interfere with transmission or fuel injection operation. Before blaming the battery, check the grounds. Sometimes the fix really is just tightening a bolt. Number 13. Parasitic drain caused by hidden accessories. You park the car at night, everything seems normal, but in the morning the battery is dead. No lights left on, no doors open, just silence. That's the classic sign of parasitic draw. Something in the car is consuming power when it shouldn't be. This is one of the most frustrating causes of battery failure because it's invisible and easy to ignore. Common culprits include glove box lights that don't turn off, trunk lights stuck on, poorly installed aftermarket stereos, dash cameras wired for constant power, or USB chargers left plugged in. In modern vehicles, electronic modules can also fail to go into sleep mode, including alarm systems, infotainment units, or keyless entry modules. Each one draws only a small amount of current, but over hours or days, they can completely drain a healthy battery. Proper diagnosis requires a multimeter. With the vehicle off and everything closed, current is measured in series at the negative terminal. You must wait 20 to 45 minutes for all modules to enter sleep mode. Normal draw is typically below 50 milliamps. Anything higher indicates a problem. From there, fuses are pulled one by one until the draw drops, revealing the guilty circuit. A simple visual check can also help. At night, look for faint lights, glowing buttons, or screens still active inside the cabin. Parasitic drains are silent killers, but fixing them stops the endless cycle of battery replacements. Fix the cause, not the symptom. Number 14. Loose or dirty battery terminals. Battery terminals look harmless, but they are the main gateway for all electrical power in the vehicle. If they're loose, dirty, or corroded, the entire system suffers, even if the battery itself is in perfect condition. Many drivers mistake this for a weak battery. In reality, it's just a bad connection choking off current flow. Corrosion, that white, green, or bluish buildup around the terminals, forms when acidic vapors react with metal. Beyond looking ugly, it acts as an insulator, blocking electricity just like rust inside a pipe. Symptoms include dim headlights, slow cranking, random warning lights, or the familiar clicking sound when turning the key. Before buying a new battery, open the hood and check the terminals. If the cable can be rotated by hand, it's too loose. Tighten it until secure, without deforming the terminal. If corrosion is present, disconnect the negative terminal first, then the positive. Clean both the posts and connectors with a wire brush or a dedicated cleaner. A mix of baking soda and warm water neutralizes acid effectively. After cleaning, apply a thin layer of petroleum jelly or dielectric grease to slow future corrosion. This simple procedure, taking only a few minutes, has saved countless drivers from unnecessary expenses. The truth is, many batteries labeled as dead are simply isolated by dirt and neglect.